Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning training call. Gregory Muscari and Robin up here in Bozeman. And we're excited to have a featured guest speaker that most of you are familiar with. Dr. Velvet's going to be talking to us this morning about how and why to use the pre-populated shopping carts, which is just a really cool tool. And if you don't know about it, you're in the right place because you're going to learn about it. And whether you want to use them or not, we all need to know about it because some people that join your team are going to want to use it and maybe use it abundantly. So without further ado, Dr. Velvet, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you for everyone and turn this call over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gregory. And you're absolutely right. It's an option. So as you guys are watching the presentation this morning, please don't feel stressed out, feeling like that you're behind in anything. This is really good to have the knowledge that I'm going to give you today. You're going to be able to weave it into what suits you. And I also want to make a statement here because we do have practitioners. I'm one of them that love pre-populated carts. But when I start to show this to you, please don't feel like you've got to go out and get a brand new website just to start creating pre-populated carts and plugging them on a personal website. That's not what this is for, but I am going to show you how you can use it to make it very easy for you. So again, as Gregory said, I'm Dr. Velvet, the metaphysician. And as a practitioner, these have just been really important to me when it came to pre-populating carts. And I was probably one of the first people, or this was one of the very first things that I learned how to do very quickly as soon as I signed up with LifeWave, because at the time I did have a clinic. Now I still use pre-populated carts, and I'm going to share with you how I'm using those, even though I no longer have a brick and mortar clinic. So again, we're going to talk about how to create those pre-populated carts in seconds. And it might be saying, oh my gosh, in seconds? Is it really that easy? It's easy with repeatable, right? As long as you're repeating it and you're doing it over and over again, you're going to see exactly how easy it is. All right. So the very first thing that we need to do is open up our back office. Now, everyone on here should know how to get into their back office. And I would recommend this, and I'm just going to give you a tip here, is I would recommend that whenever you're going into your back office, you do it from your LifeWave / and your name and click sign in. And the reason I'm only giving you that little tip is because I get calls all the time where I'm asking them to go to their replicated website, but now their cookies are stuck only on the back office. So if you learn how to do it that way, when you're signing up people, you've got your website that you're signing people up from as well. So log into your back office, and please don't do this with me. I want you to really pay attention to this. You're going to click on the tab Organization, right? We're all very familiar with it. It's a strange place to put pre-populated carts, I must admit, but it's where it lives. But you're used to organization because you're seeing your enrollment down there. So when you open up that pre-populated cart, and this is exactly what it looks like right here, this is what you're looking for. So I never enroll anybody in my back office. I always do it from my website, but go to pre-populated carts, just click on it. And then when you click on it, it's going to come up with this page, and it says pre-populated cart builder. Let's talk about this for a second because it says add new pre-populated cart. You have to name that cart now, but nobody sees the name of that cart. This is only for you. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you're getting ready to do an event and that you want to do a special kit for this particular event. You can name it Holistic Wellness Event, and then you're going to be able to put the items in it. And when you go to your pre-populated carts, you're going to be able to see that anytime that you need it. So again, when you name the cart, nobody sees it but you, but make it unique so you know what you're doing. So I've created one here that's just the X39 PC. So I type in X39 PC, and then I'm going to click Save Changes. And when I do that, this box is going to open up. And you're going to see right up here at the top left the name of your cart. Don't get overwhelmed. This is a very simple process. The company has done a very good job in helping us create these. So what you're going to do to fill your cart is you're going to click on the pencil. You're going to click on the pencil when you want to add something to a cart, or if you already have a cart built, it's a great place.
This is not a mistake. It like happens all the time.
It's a great place to edit. So if you need to add or to edit, you're always going to click on your pencil. When you click on the pencil, this is the next couple of boxes. This is the box that's going to come up. I'm showing you two different ways it looks so that you can get familiar in a neuro pathway to see what these look like and you know that you're okay. So it starts out blank, and you're going to need to put the quantity that you want into that cart. So when you click on the pencil, this empty box shows up first. And then when you add how many you want in there, you click on Save Changes. Click Save Changes. And when you do, it's going to come back up to this screen again. So you're going to be able to continue to add in whatever it is that you want. But the key here is that you're going to take a look to make sure that the quantity that you have put in there is in there. Okay, so I want to pause here for a second because I get a lot of phone calls. Well, it doesn't say that. It's not there, folks. The website doesn't change from person to person. It is the same no matter who is using it. So if you don't see it there, it means you need to back up and start over again because our websites do not change. The pre-populated cart back office does not change. All right. So now if you've got a PC Plus, we all know that we need to add the PC Plus part of it, right? So if you're back down in here, right, you've already got that. Now you're going to need to click on the pencil for the PC Plus. So click on that pencil and you're going to do the same thing where you're going to add one and you're going to click Save Changes. So now you have an X39. You have the renewal fee and I know it sounds, sometimes I see it as renewal fee, or I did see it as renewal fee, but it is the PC Plus annual savings membership. That's the one you're looking for. But now for the PC Plus to be complete, we need to add their auto ship in there for them. That makes it so great. You don't have to have all these phone calls saying, oh, well, wait a minute. Do I need to set this up? Do I need to do this? What do I need to do next month? They're already taken care of. So you click on the patch that you want for them or whatever the product is. You just click the pencil again, and then you add that quantity and save changes. It is not until you click Save Changes that you will go back to wherever you were on your pre-populated cart builder. Okay. So if you're not moving, it's because you still have a 0 here. But again, always double check, just like what we did up here, to make sure that it has loaded correctly. Now, I'm going to caution you guys on something. So what we've done so far is we've built an X39 PC pre-populated cart. We have one X39 in it. We have the preferred customer annual membership, and we now have their auto ship loaded. So when you come back to this page, you're going to click on, there's a little button that says go to link. Let me show you where it is on your back office. Go to link. Okay, you guys, please keep yourselves muted, okay? Go to link. When you click on go to link, the order will show up. The order will show up. Here's where I want to caution you, and I get tons of phone calls about this. Well, I used my link, but everything is empty now. If you use go to link and then you copy it from your browser and you plug it in somewhere, when they click on it, it's going to be empty, because the go to link is for you to check to make sure everything is good before you copy and clip it. So where you copy and it says copy link to clipboard, that is the link that you will use. And you can place it wherever you need.
Deborah needs to be muted.
Okay, guys,
If you want to make me a co-host, I can help with that.
Thank you, Michelle. I'll do that.
thank you guys. And once you do that copy to clipboard, you're going to see something come up at the top that says backoffice.lifewave.com says that is the link that you're going to embed where you need to embed it. It's not going to show up in your browser. It's going to say, hey, it's been copied. Now put it where you want. So let's just pause here for a second. Let's say that I've met somebody on Facebook and they say, I would like to order from you. I'm going to go into my pre-populated carts, grab my copy link to clipboard, and then I'm going to go back over to Facebook and I'm going to send it in Messenger. And then all she has to do is click it. And then she can order. Okay. Now that's when you are building carts. That's when brand partners are building carts. But did you guys know that your PC Plus customers can also create carts? Well, it's a whole different world back there. Don't be thinking that you're going to be given in all of the instructions I just gave you here, and they're going to be able to follow you, because it's very different. So let's look at how different it is. When they go into their back office, this is what their back office looks like. Okay, so they have their orders, their monthly subscriptions, addresses, payments. What they're looking for is the pre-populated cart builder. And they're going to click on add new pre-populated cart. Again, it looks very different than ours, so pay attention. It comes up account settings, pre-populated cart, and they still have to name what they want to name it. Again, you will help your customers to let them know that the pre-populated cart name is private. It's only personal to them so that they can locate it and find it. So they can make a generic X39 PC Plus that they can just keep giving to people. They don't have to create a new pre-populated cart every time one of their friends say, hey, I'd like to order an X39. They get to use the same link over and over and over again. So they'll put their name in and click add, and then this box will come up. And they're going to click regular order items. It's so much fun, guys. I know this looks like a lot of information. Don't let it overwhelm you. It is really super fun. Okay. And you don't know when a customer has that mindset that they like doing this kind of stuff. So what you're going to do, or what they will do, is they will select the X39, and then they have to go way over here where you see the red circle, and they have to click on that. And they'll have to also do the same thing for the PC Plus. Okay. They'll have to click on that box, which is much different than what we did. What was the difference? We had a pencil. They have a box. Our pencil's on the left. Their box is way over on the right. When they do that, it's going to open up to this page that's saying, hey, how many do you want to put in here? They still have to put the quantity in. They have to click Save Changes. Then you're going to come, every time you do that, every time you click Save Changes, it's going to come right back to the pre-populated cart. You can see that you're not done because it's charging the retail price for the X39, so they still need to continue. So what they're going to do is make sure that they go back into the cart that they were over here. And they're also going to select the annual savings. They'll put the 1 in, and then they'll click on auto ship. That box will come up each time that they come from it. These two boxes will come up, regular order and auto ship items. When they click on the auto ship, this beautiful box pops up, very clean, that says, okay, what do you want to put in there? So now they're going to put an X39 in there, and they're going to click that little box. They're going to add 1, save changes, and now look what happened. So now they're getting confirmation. Yay, it worked. It worked. The price is correct with the X39 and the PC $25, and their auto ship is sitting there. Now, see the bigger picture here, down here at the bottom. See the bigger picture where it says description? You'll see little links, and then you'll see this. This is what it is. The name of the product, go-to link. What do we know about the go-to link? Do we use it? Don't use it. Marcella's like, don't use it. Don't touch it. My hand got accidentally raised, so let me put my hand down. If I can figure that out through this right now. I think it might have to just stay up there for a second. Let me see what I can do. Lower my hand. So you do not use the go-to link because that's the one that they click to make sure that their order looks correct. They're going to copy link to clipboard, and then they're going to send it to their friend either in an email or maybe through Facebook, whatever the case may be. Now, let's just pause there for a second. Hopefully you guys have been writing down questions, because I do want to leave space for some leaders to hop in if they want to. But I'm going to move on to QR codes because I love QR codes. It was one of the easiest things. This is why I loved making the links, is because I had the QR codes sitting up in my office. And I got really smart one day because I was in a multiplexed office before I left, before I retired from massage. And I had all these beautiful samples of testimonies of people. And I created a QR code and I had it sitting outside of my window. So people could go by there, and then I'll show you my website that they could go to where they could now look at items. But what really got me smarter was just putting an X39 in there and just letting them get the X39 instead of having them taking them to my website. And that's why the website part of the patches is private now, is so that people don't get overwhelmed. All right, so QR codes. Let's first talk about, let's go back to this. If you want to make a QR code, they're very easy to make in Canva, and there are free downloadable apps for QR codes if you want to do that. But I will tell you, they typically will say that they are free, but then after your second or third QR code, they're going to want to charge you money. If you're going to be doing that, I would say just use Canva, because Canva allows me to create other things. Canva has helped me to build my book covers when I've had them. And this is a sample of a QR code right here that I've created for my book. But where do we use QR codes? I love them for events. One of the events that I did that was pretty big up in the Sherman area is I had one was for them just to order as a customer for the X39 laid up at my table. So if you imagine my table and down at the front, my QR code was there. And then another one was a form that I created if they wanted to learn more, because if I was talking to them and they sounded like they wanted to be in the business, I would have them fill out that form. I did do an event at a college where the kiddos were able to sign in, let me know that they had attended, and then they were going to be getting a free item from me. So that allowed me to capture their email, their physical address, and their phone numbers to now I could send them personal information. All right. So when we're looking at events, this really is a place where you can capture the leads without needing all these forms and papers. If you have a website, if you don't, then stick to the X39 pre-populated cart and just let them go there. Maybe you have a Live Younger website that you'd like for them to look at more of the stuff, right? If you've got a replicated Live Younger site, it is basically a presentation, guys. And if you're like me and you've got lots of people at your table, what I was doing is, hey, I know I'm busy with this person right now, but go ahead and scan this code right here. It'll take you to my website. Go watch that first video that's on there. And then it allowed me to get somebody back to them while I was working with someone, because now they've watched the video. And if they've stuck around at your table after they've seen the Live Younger website and they're sitting there looking at it and they're still there, they are very interested. So make sure that you don't discount them. And here's something that's really important to remember. When we get at events, we can get extremely busy. So that allows us to reduce that busy kind of environment and feeling kind of frantic. You're just pointing to the tools, right? Remember, you're just pointing to the tools. Also, QR codes are really great for any kind of media that you're doing. I do want to say something about this, but I want to stop my share real quick. I want to stop that. We need to talk about some compliance. And everybody needs to understand that if you start advertising, that anytime that you have interjected Lifeway or X39, you have to get approval from corporate. So you cannot put LifeWave on your car. You cannot put LifeWave on a billboard. You cannot put X39 on a billboard or on your car. You're not supposed to be using Live Younger in any of your email names. You're also not supposed to be using LifeWave on Facebook as a lead-in, and you cannot use it on your website. So this may make you think, well, how am I going to get people to know about LifeWave? Well, when you're publicly putting LifeWave or X39 out there, what you're now doing is leading people to failure, because they're going to go Google LifeWave, they're going to go Google X39, they're going to see it on Amazon or eBay or Etsy or whatever, and they're going to buy it cheaper. They're going to look at all of the sources of LifeWave instead of you building a relationship with them. So this is a relationship business. You are the person who is being paid to help take care of these people. You are the expert. You are the educator. You are the coach. You are the leader. So on my business cards, it's all about wellness. I have nothing on my business cards that alludes to the fact that I am in LifeWave or I do patches at all. Now, I'm going to share a very strong message here with you guys because I do LinkedIn. LinkedIn for me has nothing to do with the patches. I do not talk about any of LifeWave or patches on there, but I have a very strong presence. I'm seen as an expert. I'm seen as somebody that other people are wanting to follow. And even people in LifeWave have been now trying to interject themselves into my post and providing their website. Well, I'll tell you, if you do that, you're going to be blocked. And if anybody does that to you, block them. Block them immediately because your relationship with the people is not about the patch. Your relationship with people is the experience that you're building together. Okay, that's what's going to be long lasting. So again, compliance, you cannot use LifeWave, but you can talk about yourself and you can talk about that you're a wellness expert. Don't talk about the patch, but you can talk about a technology that you use, a light technology, and you're going to be safe. Okay. So let me get back to the screen share. So remember these things when you're also doing events as well. Now, for the wellness clinics, you guys that have wellness practitioners on your team, this is valuable for them because it gives the client easy access to educational resources, right? So liveyounger.com is a great educational resource for folks. It allows the client to order products without the front desk. I was a one-man show at the last clinic that I had. They just scanned the code and then they would get back with me later, or I would find out that they ordered that day. So the ability to provide these pre-populated carts to wellness clinics, to doctors, it's streamlining their practice. They don't have to take money. They don't have to fill out an intake form. The person just simply scans the code. And a doctor's office or a wellness clinic may have a couple of QR codes. The doctor may say, hey, I really want you to start on this the Eon patch, let's say. Got a lot of inflammation. Let's go ahead and get this technology on you and support that reduction in inflammation. Have a QR code just for that. All right. And I will say something, folks, is that when wellness clinics begin, and wellness means chiropractic, any physician's office that focus on wellness, integrative medicine, any of those kind of folks, massage therapists, estheticians, any of them that are focused on wellness, that they increase in referrals when they have clients that are on the patches because they're getting such amazing results. They're telling their friends about it and say, oh, my massage therapist is carrying this product. You really need to go see her, because they're not interested in selling the product. They're just interested in using the product. But it's like buying a pair of shoes and your girlfriend says, hey, those shoes are beautiful. Where did you get them? And the girlfriend has no hesitation. Oh, I get them from Trisha down the street. You need to go see her. And then she goes and sees her and she gets her shoes. Well, same thing with patches. They're the same exact thing. So get into that mindset that referrals will increase. And that's another thing the practitioners worry about is, oh my gosh, I'm already so busy. Well, that's just a QR code. So now you relieve that stress. QR codes are also great for printed materials that you make, like brochures, postcards, flyers, any kind of interactive tool that you have. It also can connect readers to your videos and demonstrations. Maybe there's a really good LifeWave video that you like and you want them to see that. Cater it to your audience, right? Cater it to the event that you're attending. Because if I'm with the golfers right now, and I'm a part of a country club, all golfers, I'm not going to be doing a QR code about beautiful skin for women. They're going to look at it and think, oh, my wife could use this, but she's not going to use it. No, you want to cater it to the golfers. What does it help them to do? I had a golfer. I said, you know what? Let's just try the patches just as an experiment. When I first got started, I said, I want you to give me feedback. So I gave him 3 patches for the whole weekend. And he came back in the following week to get his session. And he said, you know what? I won. I have never won a tournament. And I won. And he said, I really do believe that the patches helped me win. Well, of course, because he felt better. He didn't have all that inflammation. He didn't have all those aches and pains. All right. And then Facebook. Facebook is a great place to use your QR code that's kind of like enticing, right? You can include it into a video, you can include it into a screenshot. Like I said earlier, I do that with my books. And then, we've just got to really handle some of the mindset of people when they come to you and say, hey, you put a QR code on Facebook and I can't reach the QR code because I'm on my phone. And of course, there's a part of you that will sit back and just have to breathe for a minute and say, well, can you open up your Facebook on your computer? Oh, yes. Okay, open it up on your computer and then screenshot it from your phone. It's going to happen. All right. So you're allowing viewers to quickly access landing pages. Maybe you don't want a pre-populated cart to take them right to X39, especially if you haven't already built a relationship with them. Maybe you want to share a quick story about your story, or maybe you have a testimony that you want to share. Remember, when you're doing testimonies, do not make any medical claims. Try not to talk about the patches themselves. Don't name X39. Say that you have a technology that helped you to repair and recover faster, and you're going to be safe. All right. And it really does help improve those conversions, folks. So for the doctor's office and the wellness clinics, let's go back to that just for a second. This allows it to be clean and accessible even on their website. So, I said that you could make a pre-populated cart for your website. Well, the doctors can do that. And when I had my clinic, this is what I had set up. Let me open up my thing so I can see you guys. Did I stop my screen share? So let me get back to my screen share.
You're still sharing. Oh, now you're not, Dr.
Okay,
Velvet.
thank you. Thank you, Michelle. All right, let's go back to this. When I had the clinic, I'm working with specific people. These kits are filled with what kind of client, what kind of issue that they're experiencing. They were not to make any claims. They were not to pick a fix of anything. It wasn't to fix anything. But was by listening to them and saying, I think this will really support your transition. I really think that this will help increase your performance. Okay. So they get to click on the performance bundle. I had a lot of athletes at the time. So they can click on the performance bundle, and then it's going to take them to the pre-populated cart. And there you go. You got a live view of what a pre-populated cart. They know that they're shopping with me. I know that they're shopping with me. And then here's the cart, and all they have to do is click checkout. All right. So let me close that one. We go back to the Y age is a really good one for females. So doctors and wellness practitioners, they can build these carts. They can also, just like what this this one was showing here, is that they can put QR codes on their website for people just to go directly to either the video or to the pre-populated card. So this may be a lot of information, but with that being said, if you repeat it over and over again, if you take this and go directly to your back office sometime today and follow those guidelines. And once you start doing it, you're going to see how easy it is, how fun it is. And you're going to be looking for events that you can go to where you can create the cards. All right, Gregory. So there you go. I know that we probably have some questions. I'm not keeping up with the chat right now. So,
Yeah, before we add to
wow.
questions, and this is beautiful, I think we might break this into 2 or 3 trainings and put it in Live Younger Success because shopping carts, customer shopping carts, and QR codes, such valuable information, so well presented. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm
Welcome.
going to back up and talk briefly about the pre-populated shopping carts to answer some questions that I see in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to share the liveyounger.com self-replicating website. And I know many of you have one. And like this is mine and Robin's, and you can see up here, we're liveyounger.com for freedom. That's our username. Same username with Lifeway. But the thing I want to point out that if it weren't for Lifeway making pre-populated carts available to us, if you scroll through page 1 of the liveyounger.com, you'll see several places there's a gold button. Click here to get started. Scroll down a little further and you'll see it again. Click here to start now and scroll down to the bottom. And all the way to the bottom where it's got all of your contact information. When you click here to get started, it takes you over to page 2. If you don't have a personalized liveyounger.com, the regular generic one looks exactly the same, only it doesn't have anybody's picture at the top and anybody's contact at the bottom, and it doesn't take them to a page 2. If you have your own, like many of you know, when you click, you've already clicked to get started. If don't click here yet. I just want to show you option 1 is become a preferred customer. The reason we can do this, these are 3 separate pre-populated shopping carts that we have made that automatically insert your username. So if one of your prospects, customers clicks here, they're going to get a pre-populated shopping cart that is going to take them to Gregory and Robin's for freedom, or it's going to take it to Sun Showers or to Dr. Velvet's or whoever's website it is. And the same with package number 2, package number 3. If you have somebody who wants more than that, we try to keep it simple. You give people too many unescorted options, and usually you may not get the answer you're after. So, most people can handle this, that, or that one. So I just wanted to point that out that this takes you now with the starting as a brand partner, the company doesn't provide for us to do pre-populated shopping carts for brand partners yet, but they are going to be doing that in the future. So if you click here, it's just going to take them directly to the enrollment page. And yes, you can put your liveyounger.com / your username on your business cards, on your flyers, because that's going to take them straight to you. You just don't want to put LifeWave or liveyounger.com unescorted. Liveyounger.com you could, but they'll learn enough to learn about the name X39. And like you said, Dr. Velvet, they'll go to Google and there's a good chance they may end up buying it from someone else. And one of the reasons to use liveyounger.com in your marketing materials instead of your LifeWave, because if they go to LifeWave, there's so many choices and it's a information packed website and it's too much. So, the Live Younger site is really focused on X39, the simple storyline, and that, it's a big assistance. So I just wanted to throw that in to say thank you, LifeWave, for creating the option to have pre-populated shopping carts. And thank you, Dr. Velvet, for explaining it so succinctly. And I promise we will put that as a training video in our training website, liveyoungersuccess.com, because I'm sure not everybody's going to remember all 10 steps.
Right. They'll be able to refer back to it for sure. And when I
Yeah.
was talking about using LifeWave on, your car or billboard, that was more speaking of that if you are coming from it, is that if you are like an owner of Lifeway, right? So
Yeah.
you really still have to get permission if you use Lifeway on a billboard, even if your picture is on it, because you're not representing yourself at that point, you're representing the company.
And you're doing advertising for the company as opposed to yourself.
Correct.
There's a
Right.
good chance you'll lose 2 out of 3 of those people.
Absolutely, if not all of
Yeah.
them. Right.
If not 3 out of 3. I saw Anne Moreau, you had your hand up. Anne, did you have a question?
No, actually a comment about reminding folks that when people are creating their account, when guests go and create accounts, it does say down below, to create an account, or you can sign on as a guest, to remind people not to click that, because that'll bring them out of where they are. They won't be signing up under that person. They don't want to click that guest piece.
That's right. Yes. Good
Excellent.
point, Anne. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, so now we could open it up for some general Q&A, if you'd like. And I'm going to. So if anybody has a question for Dr. Velvet about what we covered today, just go ahead and raise your hand, please. Hey, hi, Diane. Good morning.
Morning. So I know my brand partner, Marie, maybe some of her team also from Sweden is on. So yesterday they called me because they were trying to get into, they were trying to add a customer. I think you answered the question, Dr. Velvet, and thank you. This was amazing. I took a lot of notes. I got to watch the replay, but they were trying to go into her back office and they couldn't get in to find where to put in a preferred customer. So what is your absolute best recommended way? I mean, what I ended up doing is I went the old fashioned way. I went HTTP, colon / www.lifeway.com the name. And I got, this person's link right to her to add a partner. But what is I don't know if I'm making sense, but what is the easiest way for somebody to help somebody put a customer in?
Yeah, I love this question. And Diana, I get this all the time, and I train my people right from the very beginning. Do not go into your back office to enroll a customer or a BP. I know that there are some that love doing that, but it has led to too many mistakes because they're so new. So I keep it very duplicatable. Lifewave.com / and the person's name. And then if they're wanting to sign up a preferred customer, right, they're going to click on shop.
Right.
And they're going to continue the prompts there. If they want to sign up a BP, they just click join right from their replicated website.
But what if it takes you, because this has happened to me, what if you do that? Let's say you put in my name, D Ruby, whatever my thing is, and all it says you're shopping with Serena Foxen. Like it takes you to somebody. What is that?
That means that you're going to have to clean your cookies. You're going to have to clear your computer of that, because that was somebody's. That's why I always tell my people, go to their website, because it will come up over and over again. And I get that question a lot too. It's not showing up me, it's showing somebody else up. And typically that's coming from somebody who's already researched LifeWave, and somebody had a link. And so they clicked it, and now it's stuck in their computer.
Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Marie, you want to unmute?
I'm sorry. Yes, Diane, actually after our call, I got so frustrated because I thought I had to find out this can't take this long. So the simplest way I found yesterday, which I shared with my team in our Telegram group, it was very simple. If you go to the website and you don't log in, and at the top it says you're shopping with LifeWave, please select your country from menu. And since was the frustration for us, we didn't click that change because we were in Sweden. But so maybe the company should change that. Please select your country or recommender, because if you click that change, then it immediately comes up, search for your referrer by entering their LifeWave ID or name. And then we just, put your name in and you directly come to the next page. So it was really simple, just 3 steps. So that's why I didn't understand it, because it wasn't, explained correctly on the website. I didn't want to change country. I wanted to find where I can find the recommender. Do you know what I'm talking about, Diane, that we talked about yesterday? Isn't that a simple way to do it also?
Yeah, she's saying, choose the country she's in. And, Marie, thank you for being here, because, it really broadens the scope. We are global, and your input is so valuable, because we wouldn't have known that you, being in Sweden, would have had to have chosen your country, right?
Yeah, but no, we don't have to choose. It just says, if you look at, I think, all of our websites, if you just open, lifewave.com and you don't log into your back office,
Mhm.
at the top on the left side, I mean, all of us, I guess, has the same. Doesn't it say on your website, you are shopping with LifeWave? Please select your country from menu and then the blue button change. Don't you all have that?
Ours is over to the right, and our country is kind of up at the top right, and we can select a country.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know. Ours also. But this is a special, it says the text. Uh, is anybody can open their website to see if I think it must be the same all over the world. If you look at any website, Diane, can you log into, or just go into lifewave.com and don't log in?
And, we're going a little too deep right now. If it's okay, Marie, I'll let you finish up
Okay.
with Diane on this, because
Okay,
there's a few
sorry.
other questions. But thank you so much for being with us. And there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than one way to get a customer or a brand partner enrolled. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Who's got their hand up next? Sherry. Sherry's iPhone.
Hi there. I
Hello.
have a question, but it doesn't have to do with the card. But I had a little bit of confusion about the $100 product credit that a preferred plus customer gets.
Mhm.
And I wanted to know, does that $100 product credit have to be used on an outside order, or can it be used for their monthly auto ship? I've been hearing different stories.
I can't answer that.
Jerry is really good with the customers and that kind of thing with that. So Jerry, could you give her a really quick answer to that?
Sure. When you have that 100 in there, it can be used on your auto ship, but they have limited, you need to have a subscription, it has to be your subscription auto ship, and it can be used. But it's not used on the X3949 bundle. That's not considered because you're already getting a discount on that. So they're not going to take the $100 off a item that's already been discounted. I ran into that a couple of weeks ago. And so as the subscription, you cannot use the bundle of X3949. It can just be an Eon. It can be one thing. It can be whatever, but not the bundle.
Okay. I had called customer service on that this morning, and I was told that they can do a one-time courtesy thing and let the $100 product credit be used towards auto ship. But they said their system is not set up to automatically transfer the $100 product credit to the monthly auto ship. That's what I was told this morning.
I think that might be
Oh,
miscommunication there, Sherry.
yeah,
So we can take
right.
that to your upline and have maybe VIP call or call customer service together, but that sounds like misinformation.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Michelle.
Hello, Gregory. Hi, Dr. Velvet. Oh my gosh, this was awesome. Um, 2 quick questions. I was a little confused by what Marie was asking. I don't understand why someone would go to lifewave.com and it would say you're shopping with Lifewave. Why would that even happen? Wouldn't they say shopping with Michelle Niels?
Okay, so Michelle, that would be if you put your name in there, but if you do the lifewave.com. So again, that's if you put lifewave.com, it's not going to be instant showing up your name unless you put your name in it.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But I never, ever tell someone go to lifewave.com. I never. Why would I do that? I don't understand.
Well, it's okay.
I always tell them to go to my replicated site, right?
Right. Yeah. So,
Okay. Okay. The other quick question that was in the chat that hasn't been, the person who put it in the chat didn't raise their hand, so I'll ask it. So all of the information, all of the banners and tablecloths and everything that we use for our booths that have LifeWave, the word LifeWave on them, it sounded like we can't use those, but I don't think that's the case, right, Gregory?
No, that's not the case.
We can use
right.
any.
And when you're using the compliant materials that they have, fine, but you cannot represent yourself as a representative of the company. You have to say you're an independent brand partner. But
Okay.
again, I still do not use LifeWave on any of my table coverings. And the reason is because people will now start doing exactly what you said, put in lifewave.com, and I've lost them. So what I do is, have you been patched? Have you been patched? It builds curiosity. When you're marketing, think about building curiosity. Don't tell them where you're from, who you're with. Let them discover it by having a conversation with them.
Beautiful, beautiful. Don't give away the treasure.
That's
Entice
right.
them, entice them. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Velvet.
You're welcome.
That's great. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning. Quick question. Y'all might have already answered this, so I apologize. I signed up for the personalized website yesterday, a year late, but I did it. So am I allowed to put that on my Facebook page or like in my profile page of the Facebook?
That was your liveyounger.com personal website?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can use that wherever you want, but and then the reason liveyounger.com doesn't say LifeWave, doesn't say X39. So, but when they click on it, now they're on your domain with your name, and any click-throughs go right into your LifeWave website. But yes, you can print that on flyers and brochures and business cards.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to pitch in here. I can't find the hand. It's Robin here, and I want to do a clarification on the points and the monthly subscription, because I've been dealing with this a bunch lately. If someone has a customer that is a PC Plus and they've referred several people, and let's say they have 100 points, they can use that 100 points for their monthly subscription, not a problem. But if they want to get the samples, they need to have some BV in that order. So let's say they want to get one X39 and they use their 100 points, they currently don't get a sample. I'm working with the company on that one because it doesn't make sense, but that's the way it's currently set up. If they get a performance bundle on their monthly subscription, they can apply the 100 points to that, and there will be some BV, so they will get a sample. I've just been dealing with this with Darlene, who's masterful at getting customers, and she has a lot of customers that get their 3, and they've been doing it for years. So it's really important to understand that right now. I'm hoping that that will be changed, but currently that's the way it exists. So the purpose for having that 3 and free is that they can use it on their monthly subscription. And that's very exciting because a lot of people, Darlene has a lot of elderly customers, and, they couldn't afford it without getting the points, and it's working out really, really well. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Great. Thanks, Robin. Okay. I don't see any. Oh, there are a couple of hands popped up. Go ahead, Jerry, then Glenda.
I just have a quick one with Robin because exactly that's what I was asking. And Janet went a couple times for me. And I also think it's unfair when I do have customers that have a lot of referrals and they put the order in, but if the amount they have covers the order, they don't get the free one. So Robin, I'd be interested to know if that ever changes because I think it's unfair to the customer also.
Yeah, and the way, and I sent the information to compliance and to VIP, the way it's stated does not say for the PC Plus that it needs to be a qualifying order and what that means. And a
Right.
qualifying order is over the amount that adds some BV and some cost to the customer. Then they will get samples, which doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm working on that right now. And as soon as I get more information, Jerry, I'll let everybody know because it's important. It doesn't make
Thank you.
sense. It does
Yes,
not
thank
make
you
sense.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Glenda.
Hi, thanks for this meeting. This is fabulous information. I've had a question I wanted to ask, and I have a personal Live Younger website. At one time you said we were going to be able to have that connected also to the Live Younger Sports. So I
It
was,
is
is
correct.
it? Okay,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, when you scroll down on page 1 and you get to the sports section, there's a click through. It goes right to Live Younger Sports.
Okay, super. Thank you so much.
Yep. Carla.
There, can you hear me? Yes,
Go
I have
for
a
it.
question about the Live Younger site. I did get that. Great. It's awesome. Thank you. I was wondering though, it's liveyounger.com and then it has the slash and a few did numbers and signs and the username, but I find when I use it just slash and then my username, it does work. Why is that when I click on the link, it has the other digits in there? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
When I click for the link for the when I receive the link, it's liveyounger.com slash, and then it has like some one, two, or some a couple digits.
Oh, LP1, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
internal computer jargon, and just ditch that and just go change it and just always use liveyounger.com / your username, like you
that
can see the
that's what I
screen.
thought. Yeah, because it still
Yes.
works. I just want to know if I put it on a label or if I write it down, I don't need those other
No, you don't. Those are kind of internal and they shouldn't even show, and I don't know why they do, but and it might not work right if you use those. So just use your LifeWave username, and that's why we made it the same as your LifeWave username.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, because it does. I just didn't want to put that on labels if it was.
No. That would
Okay.
just confuse the matters and probably wouldn't
Oh,
work right.
okay, thanks.
Good question. Okay. So, boy, a bunch of hands popping up. We'll take a few more questions. We're almost top of the hour and then we'll wrap it up. But Tammy Lou, you can unmute yourself. And then Michelle and Renee can unmute yourself so you're ready. And if Tammy Lou doesn't unmute, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, real quick, I'm asking for Kira because she said she can't ask the question. Um, are HSAs able to be used to purchase patches, any patches? Does anyone know?
Yes.
Yes,
Is it
Robin.
pen? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Robin, go ahead.
It
Yes.
it
An HSA will give you a debit card and you just use that and it's fine.
beautiful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And Tammy
Good
Lou
questions,
or
you
Renee,
guys.
whoever unmutes first. Tammy Lou got unmuted. You go first.
Sorry about that. Mine's
That's
not
okay.
a question. Mine is just to share that I signed up a lady this past week and never even mentioned the LifeWave company. And after I signed her up and everything and sent her all her welcome letters and all this and that, it was like, I didn't know, what's the name of the company, so she had no clue that I was from LifeWave company. So it works without sharing,
Yeah.
without
That's
sharing
great.
the name of the company. So I just wanted to share that. That's all.
That's great. For a customer, you're selling the product, not the company.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
great.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tammy. Hey, Renee, we'll let you be last and wrap this up here. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Gregory. Just with regards to Diana's, she was asking about when you sign up people on the website like lifewave.com / your username, and sometimes you see somebody else's username. What I do is I go to Google Chrome and I click on new incognito window, and it gives you fresh something like a fresh tab, and then you won't see anybody else's name or whatever.
The
Now, another
cookies
question
don't
I
the
wanted.
cookies don't go in the get in the way there. Right.
Yes, exactly. And
Right.
then with regards to the website, we've
Uh-huh.
been kind of sharing it with other people, and I just wanted to find out if it's possible, like, because on the first part, there's already this thing called getting started or how to get started. Is it possible
Uh-huh.
to remove that? So I thought maybe they would see other things like testimonies before they even see that.
Well, it is possible, but here's the other side of the story, okay? Is you've already got somebody ready to buy and they say, okay, I want to order, say, great, go to liveyounger.com/my name. And when you see that little gold button, click on it because they don't need to go through all that stuff. So, so that's why, because we didn't have it there. And then we had people say, oh, couldn't we put the getting started button up quicker for people that are ready to go? So
Okay.
that's why
I
we
guess
did it.
everybody's different.
That's right.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the point. It's just that I thought maybe
Yeah.
I guess with the people that we're sharing it with, we don't want them to think that we're selling them right away, Just
Yeah.
wanted them
That's a
to,
good point. I'm
yeah.
I'm open to moving it down a little further south, so to say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
thank you. I just needed the explanation
Thanks,
there.
Renee. Good.
All right.
Thanks for bringing that
Thanks.
up. We'll
Okay.
consider that. Okay, Jerry, so you get to wrap up the final question.
Real quick, since it's come up so many times, people are saying when they bring it up and it says you're shopping with and it has a name that it's not the right name. Right next to it, maybe people don't notice, there's a change. You hit that and you put the person's name or number in. You can get the right person up there real quick, a lot quicker than what I'm hearing people are struggling with.
Good
Thank
point.
you.
Thank you.
That's great.
Well, Dr.
And
Velvet, can't thank you enough. Robin, do you want to final comments you'd like to share?
a few, yes, Dr. Velvet. Um, that was fabulous. Step by step by step with the graphics. I love it. And this will be in our Live Younger YouTube. That is where we put our recorded Zooms, and several people asked in the chat. So I just wanted to make sure you know it's typically up by the next day. So you'll be able to find it in Live Younger YouTube, and you can sort by the different days. So this is the Thursday morning chat, and that's where you will find it.
Mhm.
And totally different subject. The company, David is all about innovation. And one of the company's main focuses is to expand brand awareness. So we talked about not talking about LifeWave, but you might want to talk to your friends and family about LifeWave because they're going to hear it. The William Shatner YouTube and send him healing energy. He just had major shoulder surgery yesterday from a horse accident. He's riding horses at 94. Is that great or what? Um, that video, The Oldest Intern, has been seen by over 2.2 million people. The LifeWave name is getting out there. They're actually planning on doing two more versions of The Oldest Intern, which is very exciting. So between the Welcome Center and the documentary that will be in the Santa Monica Film Festival, once it's been through the film festival circuit, they're hoping to win. Then it goes on to Amazon Prime and Apple Plus. So literally hundreds of millions of people will be exposed to LifeWave. And so this is a good time right now to let people that you know that you're involved with LifeWave. They may not know because the brand is getting out there. So that's just a little shift on what we are talking about. But I
In fact,
agree with
Robin,
keeping it. Yeah.
let me dovetail on that because here's a perfect example. We have a very good friend in Arizona that we talked to several years ago about LifeWave. It wasn't the right timing for him, but things changed and somebody else brought up LifeWave and he goes, "Oh, I should give Gregory and Robin a call." And he gave us a call and he signed up. Okay. Because he knew we were involved and we already have a relationship. And he wanted to be involved with somebody new than, somebody that, you know, just brought up the name LifeWave. So you want to let friends and family and your business prospects know the business you're in. And we had that happen twice in the last 2 weeks. That somebody else had purchased products from us, had fallen off their auto ship one of the partners, a spouse, went to a naturopath, and she put her on LifeWave products, and they were, because we have a relationship, they called us to re-enroll. Okay. So you want to let your people know, what you're doing. Robin, any final comments?
Especially now.
Yeah,
No,
especially
I'm
now.
just so grateful for this training today because I know it's kind of a mystery and I need to break through the Canva thing
Yep.
and get in the QR code thing. That's
good.
Personally, I need to break through that one. And
Yeah.
probably other people do too, but we'll do it. We'll do it. So it's, keep learning, keep growing, because that's what the business is about. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Thanks everybody for being with
Dr.
us.
Velvet, we can't thank you enough. Any final comments you'd like to make?
No, you guys just get out there and have fun. That's what it's all about. Just meeting people,
That's
loving
right.
on people, having fun.
All right.
Most fun wins.
That's
All
right.
right, let's do it. Okay,
thanks,
everyone.
everybody.
Great training, Dr. Velvet.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you,
you.
Dr.
For
Velvet.
listening to it again.
Thank you. Be blessed.
Robin.
Everyone have a
Great
wonderful
day.
day.
Great.
Thank you.
James Branson, thank you.
Bye.
Super training. Great stuff.
Synergy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks.